Yes, yes, and yes. This is the trailer that we need. This trailer came out while I was at work, and I swear to God, I went to the nearest bathroom and locked myself in there and watched it about 5 times. There's so much things to talk about in this trailer, but first of all, I'm just going to start off with this. I think that these trailers have gradually been getting better and better. The Steve Rogers trailer came out, and I thought it was okay. Last week the Thor trailer came out, and I think majority of people like that because it's given us a more serious Thor, which is what we all want. And now we have the X-Men teaser trailer, and this trailer has done more justice to Cyclops than anything in those Fox X-Men movies have ever done. But we'll talk about that later. What I want to talk about now is what we see in the trailer from when it first starts. We get shots of the X-Mansion being destroyed, and it's kind of amazing how they've managed to keep the same looking X-Mansion from those 2000 X-Men movies. We hear Ian McKellen as Magneto give a bone-chilling speech about legacy and about everyone's going to die, but it's about who you are once you close your eyes. Hearing that type of dialogue come from a character like Magneto, and especially Ian McKellen's Magneto, it's so good to hear. We all know that Magneto wants mutant salvation, and he's done everything in his life to make that a possibility. So hearing those type of words come from him, knowing that possibly he'll die, again, it's just peak writing. We're about to get Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart in the MCU for one more time, playing these two iconic characters that we all love. I assume that this is a universe where Professor X and Magneto have squashed their beef and they've joined the same X-Men team. And it's good to see because in those Fox X-Men movies, those two characters were always warring each other. So it kind of shows how much of a threat Doctor Doom is if both of them have to team up. And we see that the Russo brothers are obviously paying homage to those X-Men movies because Magneto and Charles are playing chess for one last time. And we see that Professor X and Magneto are kind of wearing like comic accurate suits. It just warms my heart. Not only are they wearing comic accurate suits, but they're both embracing each other, meaning something terrible has happened. This is where I put my theory hat on, and I don't really think that these two are going to survive this movie, or even this sequence of the movie. We all know that Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen are very old, and I don't think Marvel wants to put too much strain on their body doing some crazy action scenes. So if it's a situation where they both have to go in this movie, then I really hope that they give them such a good send-off, especially to Magneto. Besides Doctor Doom, he's probably my favourite villain of all time, so I hope that they give him a send-off where he's fighting like 50 or 1,000 Sentinels all at once. As for Professor X, well, he's been dying. We've seen this man die so many times in Marvel movies. Don't get me wrong, I will be crying if both of them do end up dying in this movie. Now here's the real question, will we see Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy make an appearance as young Charles Xavier and young Magneto? I'm telling you right now, if that happens, I might end up doing a backflip in the movie theatre, I'm not joking. I would do anything to see those two in the MCU just for 1 second. I kind of feel like by the end of Dark Phoenix, they just kind of wanted to get it over and done with, and I really think that this is the movie to give them a proper send-off. And then we cut to the money shot of this trailer. We see a comic accurate Cyclops shooting his optic blast into the sky like he does in the comics. I mean, I don't even know where to start when it comes to this scene. First of all, just look at his suit.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
See, it's not that hard to give Cyclops his comic accurate suit. I really don't know why in those Fox X-Men movies they just always make him wear black leather. I understand to a certain degree that those movies were made in a different time of making superhero movies than we do have today. But I'm sorry, but the fact that we kinda only saw this suit once at the end of X-Men Apocalypse is just sad. My only nitpick for the costume is that he doesn't have the yellow trunks, but again that's just a nitpick. This one shot from this teaser trailer of Cyclops shooting his optic blast into the sky has done more for James Marsden's Cyclops than any of those Fox X-Men movies. I have no idea why, but those Fox X-Men movies really just push Cyclops to the side. In those movies, Cyclops never really felt like he was the leader of the X-Men. It kind of just felt like he was a side character, and they just put all the focus on Wolverine. Which, don't get me wrong, I do love Hugh Jackman, but I'm hoping for when they do reset the MCU and we get X-Men introduced, I really hope that they do make Cyclops the leader that he should be. And I already know the way that the Russo brothers were writing Captain America, I know that they're about to give Cyclops that exact same treatment, putting respect on his name. Anyway, we see that Cyclops is battle damaged and he decides to take off his visor, a full blown optic blast on what it appears to be Sentinels. Now obviously something terrible has happened for Scott to be reacting this way, and I still believe that it's Magneto and Charles have died in this scene, trying to defeat the multiple Sentinels that are at the X-Mansion. Keep in mind, we never really see Cyclops do this ever. He only really does it if the moment is pivotal and there's no other option. So I could imagine this scene playing out like this. Charles and Magneto have died defending the X-Mansion from these Sentinels that wind up getting overwhelmed and both end up dying. And we see Scott and the rest of the X-Men trying to defeat them. And we see Scott angry and he unleashes this optic blast on all of the Sentinels. Let me tell you something, if that happens or something similar like that happens, in my eyes they would have redeemed James Marsden's Cyclops easily. Speaking of the Sentinels in this trailer look like to be comic accurate Sentinels. They look to be big, massive, and I hope and I pray that they look like how they look in the comics. In Days of Future Past, the Sentinels didn't really look like Sentinels, they kind of look like vacuum cleaners. As for the future Sentinels, I don't really mind them too much because they are menacing, and that's what they would evolve to in the future. But again, I just want to see big 60-foot robot men trying to hunt down mutants. That's what I want to see. But in terms of teaser trailers, this is easily the best one that they've released. This is better than the Captain America one, this is better than the Thor one. By the time of this recording, the next trailer has already probably been leaked, and I'll cover it once it gets officially released. I really don't want to look at a trailer that's been shot on a microwave phone. I know that there's some people who say that this is nothing but nostalgia bait, and I can hear where they're coming from, but in my opinion I think that there's no other character deserving of a redemption than James Marsden as Cyclops. From this teaser trailer it looks like the Russo brothers are putting priority in his character. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and if you like this video please like, subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.